Well, finally took out the F5 Fisher today and tested it out. It came in this evening, and I got about an hour and a half or two before the sun went down to test it. And I figured I'd start my video off with a picture of the F5 here instead of a picture of a paper towel with a bunch of coins on it as usual. So this is the unit here. It comes with the double D coil, of course. And so I got out about 4 o'clock, 4:30 this afternoon, and I fired it up. Ran smoothly. At first I started off with just discriminating, just going for coins. Had nickels in there, and I was pulling pull tabs every other dig on the nickel. So I said enough of the nickels. So I went back to my usual, just the dimes and pennies and quarters. But I got some quarters up top there. I got this, I guess it goes on a necklace, or I guess it's a necklace. It has like these 5 purple or amethyst colored, I wouldn't call them diamonds, but silver, and it came up pretty high on the meter there. It was down there a bit, so I don't know if you can barely see it in the video, but yeah, you can get an idea. Small little guy. Came up silver though. Yep, so these are the dimes that we pulled up. And then here's the pennies. I had zinc discriminated out. I think a couple snuck in there somewhere, I'm not too sure, but most of them were copper pennies. And that's it. The difference between the F5 and the Vaquero is you have a much bigger sweep pattern with the F5, much bigger. I mean, you can really haul with this thing and swing it fast, and it'll beep on something. You can stop and go back to it. With the Tessero, if you're moving along too quick, you'll catch a slight chirp of something, and you have to go back and kind of almost pinpoint this thing to find it. It doesn't have the area of coverage that these have, and it has a very fast recovery. The F5. The only thing I didn't like about it was the pinpointing. It's pretty much useless on this thing. With this shape of coil, it's really hard to tell where it's going to be at, and I'm going to have to get some sort of pinstriping or something and mark the coil and figure out where the dead center is on this thing. It's easier just to swing it back and forth in discrimination mode, and much faster to find your coin. And what else did I notice about this thing? It'd be nice if it had a backlight. I mean, with all this money for this thing and it doesn't have a backlight, even a $5 clock radio has a backlight. So otherwise it works pretty good, and ground bounced real quick. Discrimination was good. Notch filter was good. Like I said, it's very fast recovery. I would take this one over the Vaquero myself. So I'm going to have to start using this more in the field and see how it turns out. That's it, guys. I'll try to get some live digs for you guys tomorrow, and we'll take this thing out and get some stuff on there for you. Oh yeah, and this MindLab, what do they call it? The Pro Pointer, Profine. Yeah, some gave this thing bad reviews, and I was a little leery at first, but then I realized I figured out how the Garrett worked. And the Garrett, if you get this far away from a coin, it'll pin out and say it's right there, right next to the tip. It'll just go full beep on the thing like that, and which I don't like. You start going down in a hole and looking, and it just pins out saying, yeah, there it is right there. And this thing, let me see if I can turn it on here. Kind of hard to do through the video. Plus it has a very, very bright light. It doesn't go off until you get real close to it, of course. I mean, it'll start reading it far away. Makes it much easier for hunting. And also be able to turn it to the just vibrate only mode is really nice. So that's it. Good take on that. The only difference with this is when you turn it on, you have to wait about 1 second for it to start pinpointing. You hear that one last beep. That means it's ready to go. Otherwise, if you turn it on and go straight to the coins, it won't do anything. All right, guys. If you have any questions on the F5 or anything like that, let me know. I'll tell you what I think about it and how the Tessero stacks up with it. All right, thanks for watching.